Sup traders, how are y'all doing? Let's get into some analysis review of the markets. I've been a little bit quiet recently because I've been having bots manage my Forex trading, which has freed up my bandwidth. And I've been touching a lot of grass, doing a couple other businesses, including starting a private guided adventure tour business on Oahu, which I'm so stoked about. And taking a step back from trading was necessary for me to do that. So that said, I am forward testing a strategy in my part time, which I'm going to show you a little bit of. And I have an indicator with signals that's coming out hopefully next week, which should give also some PineScript back testing where there's some proof that it works. And then I may market that to you guys at that point, or I might just use it to kind of trade in my spare time. But you can see in my paper trading, I I added on, so it moved up my average order because I added an order here, but I have a 5R locked in, or more than a 5R. I started my long here. I bought the dip on US 100, and I bought the dip on US 2000, which I have not added on. I also bought the dip on EU 50, but I let myself get stopped out break even. I'm not in gold. It didn't give me a buy signal. I'm trying US 500. I'm not doing US 30. And then I've been in ETH, which isn't really moved. And I'm in Bitcoin, which I've added on too. So just typically, this took me a while to learn. When you're trading, okay, so the goal is to have good returns in a little bit of time. So a little bit of time means that you cannot trade individual stocks because there's too much research involved. There could be some random opportunity that comes up. So trading the indices, trading futures seems like a way to go. There's also less risk of gap problems and so on. It took me a while to learn that, yeah, just let the trades play out. The money is made in staying with the long swings. And even though it doesn't always work, that's where the money is made. And it's better to act not very often and just take the best opportunities. It's also best to not short investment assets. There's no reason to short a chart that looks like this, even when every once in a while there's a bear market. It's still better to try to be buying the dips. And I think the same thing for Bitcoin and for gold. You don't need to short. And that took me a long time to learn because it was my first bear market. And also, I made money on the leg shorting Bitcoin, the FTX leg. But what I've learned is it's better to just focus on the best opportunity is buying the dips. And then it's also okay to try to buy breakouts every once in a while, but it's not as good. So I bought these dips, and when we have a new all-time high, if we don't see price run, it could just come back and then chop, and I don't necessarily want to be in there. So the best opportunity is buying these lows, but there's also, I believe there's edge, and I'm going to confirm this with the algo or the PineScript code this week. Um, Trying to buy an all-time high breakout with a stop at the low of the day. And regardless if I'm buying here or not, this was a great place to advance my stop to and to see if um, I should stick with it. So a failure here is a sign that I should maybe be out of the market. And an example was here when we failed to make new highs, no trade, sideways out of the market until here, and then catch this leg up. But it would have worked pretty well this at least recently. But I mean, in general, if you test them, stop under here on a breakout, stop under here, May have gotten stopped out there. Yeah, that maybe didn't work, but then you're able to buy here and participate. But the real money was made from where? Buying right in here and then holding. Even if you didn't hold the whole way through, if you got like a couple legs, you would do quite well. So that's where we're at. Now, I'm not buying a breakout on US 30 because we got rejected at all-time highs already. If we hold above it, maybe we can add on there. And then the Japanese stock market and the Japanese market's a little bit weak. The Australian, I'm not in. Actually, I bought it like this and got stopped out. And if it had gone a little bit lower, maybe you could have taken them again. It's possible in different brokers. Actually, we took that low, but I would consider, I would buy an all-time high breakout here. Now for crypto, um, the add-on I did here was because of a trend line break that's dated back to here, not because we got the best buy signal. ETH may get stopped out. ETH is pretty weak. I mean, you consider a lot of the indices are back at all-time highs, and ETH just doesn't look good. Crypto in general doesn't look great, right? It's not leading. So, I'm okay being not having too much attention here. Let's look at crypto. If you look at total three, right, it's just not. Why isn't it at all-time highs? A lot of these coins are way off. Cardano, look at that, so far down. Yes, it didn't take the low from that one weekend, but hasn't moved. And you might think that, hey, it should move soon, but that's not necessarily how things work. Bitcoin dominance is ripping. I'm okay with staying with that trend here. Now, if we look at sectors, right, what does a strong sector look like? Utilities look strong. Information systems is an all-time high. AI has not stopped. Consumer staples look strong. Communication services isn't that holding at an all-time high. Looks pretty good. Energy coming down. So, I mean, you want to look at the different sectors as well. Healthcare looks okay. But all that said, I'm not going into the sectors and picking individual stocks because I don't have the time for that. I don't want to invest the time for that. The main thing that I'm liking is just buying the dips on the indices and trying to hold and trying to be out of the market at other times. So that's where we are. That's what we're doing. Hope you find it useful and stay tuned as I'm gonna potentially share that indicator with you guys soon. Okay? Appreciate you. Much love. Talk to you soon. Peace.